Donald Trump and his legal team had a very, very bad Tuesday. First, a big loss at the Supreme Court. The justices there clearing the way for the House to get Trump's tax returns. Next, tough questions about Trump's legal strategy in the Mar-a-Lago classified documents case. In that hearing, 3 appeals court judges all sounded skeptical of Trump's argument that a special master should be kept in place to sort through those records. Plus, a state judge in New York set a trial date for the New York Attorney General's lawsuit against the Trump Organization. That trial now scheduled for October of 2023, just in time for the presidential election. And there's more. Senator Lindsey Graham was forced to testify before the special Georgia grand jury investigating Trump's effort to reverse the 2020 results there. And the former Trump chief of staff, Mark Meadows, lost a second bid to block the January 6th committee from enforcing a subpoena for his testimony and additional records.
I want to talk about Trump's really bad week. His taxes are finally going to make it to the Democratic House, just in time for Christmas. And at the same time, a special counsel. Oh my goodness.
I'm here today to announce the appointment of a special counsel in connection with 2 ongoing criminal investigations that have received significant public attention. The first, as described in court filings in the District of Columbia, is the investigation into whether any person or entity unlawfully interfered with the transfer of power following the 2020 presidential election or the certification of the Electoral College vote held on or about January 6, 2021. The second is the ongoing investigation involving classified documents and other presidential records, as well as the possible obstruction of that investigation, referenced and described in court filings in a pending matter in the Southern District of Florida.
In the arms of an angel, so true, so true. You know, I met an angel once. He was an ethereal being of pure energy and light. Big angel, strong angel. Came up to me, tears pouring down his glowing, radiant angel face, and he knelt down next to me, and he laid his hand upon my shoulder, and he said to me, "Donald, wake up. It's Rudy who fell asleep during the meeting." And I said, "I was wondering why my angel smelled like Scotch farts." Anyway, click here to donate. Someone get this dog away from me.
Where to begin? Let's start with the taxes debate, because Trump has fought for years to keep. He kept saying he was going to release. He has fought for years to keep his taxes private. Right. The House now has them, and in the Trump Organization trial, the tax trial going underway in New York right now, the testimony said that he didn't pay personal income taxes for a long stretch of time. What is the significance of that? The Democrats lose the House in 41 days. Does it matter that they have these documents now?
Well, I mean, they have a very short period of time in which to try to say what they think this means as far as legislation is concerned. That's 2010 and years afterwards, he was claiming these huge number of sums of losses, which meant that he wasn't paying taxes on those numbers. And that's going to be a big part of what Letitia James is going after, which is that, essentially he was fudging numbers to avoid paying taxes.
Trump said he was ready to release his taxes. Many, many times. He promised us that he would. So this shouldn't be a problem.
If I decide to run for office, I'll produce my tax returns, absolutely.
I have no objection to certainly showing tax returns.
As soon as my routine audit's finished, I'll release my returns. I'll be very proud to.
After the audit is complete, it's a routine audit.
If I were finished with the audit, I would have an open mind to it. I would say that.
If I'm not under audit, I would do it. I had no problem with it.
I'm going to release them as soon as we can. I want to do it. I'm under a routine audit, and it'll be released. And as soon as the audit's finished, it'll be released.
Trump said there was no need for any of this because he was going to release them. Well, now's his chance.
Because at its core, any individual who is the subject of investigation, who is the subject of a physical search that the FBI conducts pursuant to a warrant obtained under probable cause from a federal judge, which is what happened in this case, each individual who is in that situation across the country does not get a special master appointed to their case to review the documents. And that's the arguments the Justice Department is making, is that in this case, the judge ordered the special master, gave former President Trump basically a special privilege, treated him differently than anybody else would be treated. And the Justice Department needs to think about all the other national security investigations and regular criminal investigations where they don't want that precedent set. And that's why I think also the 11th Circuit is open to these arguments that the Justice Department is making.
Right, and the Chief Judge, I just want to read from it, essentially says because Donald Trump has former president before his name. Other than the fact that this involves a former president, everything else about this is indistinguishable. We've got to be concerned about the precedent that we would create. That's to Kerry's point that, you know, if they come to my house and serve a legal search warrant, can I tie up the system for months and months fighting?
Right, and by the way, when he was president, that's exactly what he was able to do. He was successful in being able to do that, and that was a big theme of the hearing yesterday. The two judges who previously ruled against him, and even the judge that we were watching a lot.
And two of the three, I just want to jump in, two of the three are Trump appointees.
Right, exactly. But what was a big theme of this was Trump's legal team kept saying that they didn't want special treatment, but that's exactly what he's looking for, and that's exactly what the judge in Florida gave him, and so that's the reason why I think you heard a lot of skepticism from these three judges yesterday saying, you know, you're not special, you know, after all, and so you can't expect that you're going to be treated differently. And
I want to address the appalling announcement today by the egregiously corrupt Biden administration and their weaponized Department of Justice. Would you like me to talk about that? This is a rigged deal, just as the 2020 election was rigged, and we can't let them get away with it. I was tried on the fake impeachment hoax on January 6th. And isn't this sort of like double jeopardy? In the old days, they used to call it double jeopardy. Why aren't they investigating all of the other presidents that preceded me?
Is it possible that Trump has been lying all this time to the American people about what his taxes would reveal? I guess we're going to find out. Merry Christmas to all. I'm Zachariah, Lone Star Liberal. Y'all take it easy.
There he is. And I will tell you this right now, I don't know what my future holds other than I'm going to continue to fight for this country. But I will do everything in my power to make sure this man gets back in the White House. We need him now more than ever. There's no other option. There's nobody better for the job. There's nobody who could get us out of this nightmare that we're in than somebody who introduced America First policies. And so I ask you in the coming days and months and weeks, as we're hearing, you know, the fake news media talk, that we stand up and protect and push and do everything we can to help President Trump in his move toward the White House. I will do anything in my power to make sure this man gets in the White House for our children's sake and for our country's sake.
His taxes are going to arrive via courier. Actually, maybe they already have arrived. It'll be interesting to see what they reveal. I think we should just give them straight to the Senate. What do you think? Like and subscribe, and leave a comment. Tell me what you think.